Hey, selfie moment. Good morning, everybody. Look at that. I just love the contrasting colors. The golden of the wheat field, the deep, menacing gray of the unsettled weather pattern in the sky. And of course, Jasper waving good morning. Yeah. The trail, well, right now we just came out of the forest. Still on wet grass. We've had wet grass and mud so far today. But you know what? It rained an awful lot last night. And we've had, this summer, I think we could say it's been unsettled. I mean, in this area, Meaford, Collingwood, kind of Barry, Owen Sound areas, been unsettled. Huh. Wow, I actually remember coming all along here not long ago on my through hike, northbound through hike of the Bruce. Yep. Oh, sunshine right in our eyes. Hey, once again, good morning, everybody. And again, I'm so glad you came with me today. Now, one little thing I want to mention, and I guess, I don't know if I'm just saying this for my own benefit right now, because you probably won't notice any difference or know any different, except maybe a delay in uploading of videos. But right now, we're experiencing some major editing software issues. And the video editing software that I use is no longer supported in Windows 11. And because of that, it's a great deal of problem, if not impossible now, using that software that I have been using to produce, edit, and upload videos to my YouTube platform. So, I still have, slower than normal, but still have videos being uploaded that I've already edited and prepared on my Bruce Trail through hike this year. And I hope when you actually see this video, well, if and when you ever see this video, all my problems with that information or with that editing software will be resolved, because I have several videos to produce before we ever get to this one. It's just because we're so far behind. Again, because of the program problems. But we're working with new programs. I'm working with a free, unwatermarked, but extremely complicated video editing program called Shotcut. And I'm also working with DaVinci Resolve, which is really expensive. It's like $500 Canadian for the program. They do have a free version, which is what I'm trying right now. But right now, I have pretty much a brand new expensive laptop computer that I use for my editing, but there's an issue with the graphics card, and DaVinci Resolve just won't open until I make changes of some kind. Not sure what those are yet. Also, and I just thought about this yesterday, the program I'm using, or have been using for the last, several years, is Windows Movie Maker, which is an older free program, but it's been one of the best, easiest to use, and reasonable quality. Very acceptable. But again, in Windows 11, it's not supported. And I had an issue with the computer, so I had to set it back to refactory settings. Take the computer into the computer shop. They reloaded the Windows Movie Maker for me, but it's a slightly different version. And this version is not recognizing the files that I'm uploading. So I'm thinking, I just thought of this last night too. Before I had this problem with my computer, the program was working fine. But I'm guessing it was a different version or a different edition. I don't know. So I just thought about this last night after this hike. I'm going to try deleting the movie maker from my computer and reinstalling a different version, if you will, or a different dated version, maybe with different upgrades in it. And it might not be quite as temperamental or picky about working with Windows 11. I just don't know. But anyhow, it's work in progress. And where I'm at with that is I have been working with Shotcut the most. And as I say, it's probably the hardest program to edit with. And at this point, I'm at the stage where I can bring in video clips. I can put them on my timeline. I can split them, splice them, if you will. I can cut or delete the pieces I don't want, and I can just join them together. The next step that I have to learn, which is really challenging, or it seems to be, is introducing the transitions between clips. Then, of course, music. Then, of course, titles and credits. And then rendering the video and then uploading it to YouTube. That's basically the process one goes through. Okay, just a little bit of an indication or a bit of an update on what's kind of happening right now in Jasper's world when it comes to video editing and uploading. And again, if and when you actually ever see this video, it means I've actually got on top of those problems and we're back to a normal kind of schedule. Oh yeah, regular viewing will return, I hope. I just don't know when. The rain continues to fall. Every now and then, you see a little pop of sunshine or brightening in the sky. But then moments later, it's dark gray and the rain is falling one more time. It was supposed to finish, well, first of all, yesterday it wasn't supposed to rain at all last night or today. But then it did start raining last night, and it rained a lot. So when I checked the weather at about 2 or 3 this morning, just because it woke me up, did the rain, they said it'll be finishing at 5 and then it's going to turn into a nice sunny day for the next 2 or 3 days. Great. But here we are. It's got to be 7:30 now in the morning. And we still have rain. But, as I mentioned earlier, we have been in a very unsettled weather pattern. I would imagine it's very difficult for the weatherman to predict what's going to happen next. It's been so unsettled. Oh well. The trail, well, the rocks are wet, the roots are wet, muddy, slippy, but it's really, really nice. Yeah. Okay. I think right now we're heading towards, I think the next road we come to, our intersection, will be Blantree. And I think there, or I believe there, we'd actually leave the Beaver Valley section then to the Sydenham section. Yeah. Okay. Let's just go to work. So we talked about, I'm going here. So we talked about a new shelter, a new tent that we're trying out on this particular hike. So, in keeping with the program I'm working on, that again, I'm delayed getting the videos up, but hopefully they've been up long before this one, on inexpensive gear. Now, today, for instance, I'm using my Mountain Gear Hyperlite 55 litre pack that came in at about 600 Canadian dollars. And I thought to myself, you know what? Could we not find gear that's cheaper and will do the job? Lightweight gear without having to carry a 50-pound pack. Lightweight gear at lesser money, lesser cost, cheaper gear. Do we have to spend thousands of dollars just to save a pound or two in weight? So that started me on a bit of a project, and I bought a backpack from Amazon. I bought a smartwatch. Smartwatches are something a lot of hikers don't talk about, but a lot of hikers use them. I paid $500 for my Garmin Phoenix. I paid $28 for the smartwatch of Amazon. Would it compare? Hey. And as you know, we used the smartwatch and we used the backpack. The backpack I paid $60 for. It was $62 and change, I think, altogether. It was $55 for the backpack, and then the rest was taxes and so on. And we used it on the last 2-day hike we did to the Metcalf Rock in the Beaver Valley. Well, just a bit of an update on that particular pack. It has some pros and cons, but just yesterday I created a label and sent it back to Amazon. And that was because on the video where I was packing it, introducing you to the pack and packing it with my gear to see how we would do that, one of the straps I noticed was weak or failing, or I just didn't click it properly on the bottom of the pack where I was attaching the tent. Well, I had all intentions of using that pack again on this hike, but when I went to pack it up just yesterday morning, that same strap failed again. This time it wouldn't reconnect. The bracket, the clip, just broken. So I said, you know what? This pack does have a place in a hiker's world, but it's certainly not for me. Could be a decent little day hiking pack, but that's it. If you need the space in the pack and you need the straps and so on, and you probably would if you were using it for any serious hiking, then, you know, the workmanship, the construction, the materials just are not there. So even though it was a good little pack as far as it packed up nicely, it fit nicely on my back and shoulders, the quality of the clips, for instance, are just poor, and for that reason I'm out. No good to me, so I send it back. Get my money back. The watch, just a little update on the watch. The watch was fine. I had some issues getting it working properly, but again, that was me, not the watch. It's definitely not a GPS watch. It's essentially a glorified pedometer. It had all these programs in there saying like 21 different exercise programs, but no matter which one you select, it does exactly the same thing. It measures steps, kilometers, and calories. It does give you a blood pressure or a heartbeat rate. Not a blood pressure, but a heartbeat rate. It monitors that. Don't know how accurate that is, to be honest with you. But if somebody's looking for a quality, when I say quality pedometer, it's a nice looking watch on your wrist. It's got certain weight to it. It's not just a plastic piece of garbage. It's got different interfaces for the face, so you can change it. You can change the faces and so on. And it's quite an attractive watch for $28 delivered. So I elected to keep that. Today is shelter day, tent day. And we are trying a new shelter, a single wall tent shelter. It's a 2-man shelter. Comes in at 2.76 pounds, so 2 3/4 pounds. It's a trekking pole shelter. So for a trekking pole shelter, 2 3/4 pounds is quite heavy. Not heavy for a 2-man tent. I would call it towards the top end of the ultralight category. But why it does weigh 2 3/4 pounds and not say 2 pounds, being a trekking pole tent, so not having poles, is the size. It's really quite large. It's got to be the largest two-man tent I've ever seen. And, well, actually, when I say that, it's probably equivalent, well, maybe the Kelty slider that I had, but that came in at over 4 pounds. But again, it had poles. But anyhow, it's a single wall, solid construction. The materials are thick. I think you'd have great rain protection, but I don't know. The mesh on the 2 doors, because it does have 2 doors, 2 vestibules, is very, very, very heavy duty. So this is where a lot of the weight comes from. And as I say, the size, the height in particular, is really quite tall. And they could cut off 1/4 to 1/2 pound by making it just smaller, would still be an ample two-man tent. Something I really enjoy on the Bruce Trail, or actually on any trail. In fact, on the Appalachian Trail, the history is amazing, but I love history. The Boyds of Blantrey, William and Wilma Boyd, 2019. In 1902, Sheldon and Clara Boyd started this family farm. Oh, there's an aeroplane, you can hear it, I'm sure. From here to Grey Road 12 in the west and to Grey Road 40 in the south. In 1935, Sheldon's son, Bert, and wife, Dorothy, took over the farm and they raised their children here. Marilyn, Donna, Betty, Alan, and Wayne. Wayne and his wife, Wilma, raised their children here, Angela, Laurie, and Jason, and began farming the land in 1987. Wayne was a school teacher as well as a farmer, and Wilma was a banker who had a passion for gardening. Wilma created and cared for acres of gardens throughout the farm. Jason is the 4th generation to continue the family farm tradition. Whew. Well, this is a beautiful, oh, and Wilma Ann Boyd, nee Simpson, October the 10th, 1945 to April the 5th, 2018. So this is a beautiful, I think, tribute to the whole family, the history. And I love that, and it's well cared for every single time. By the way, I sat on that rock right there. There are some beautiful rocks. I'm assuming we can sit on them. And the view, the hill, the trees, gorgeous. Today especially with the contrasting grey. Okay. We just took a short 10-minute break there. Had a few the whole wheat goldfish, cheddar cheese goldfish, and a little bit of electrolyte water. Just down the trail, very short distance now, not far, we will come to Blantrey. We're actually, I guess, at Blantrey, if you will. And now we would actually leave the Beaver Valley section and enter into the Sydenham section. And from there, our next port of call would be the Ambrose overnight rest area. There's water there, just past the shelter. There's a little stream. I'm thinking I might take a break there, make myself a coffee. And I brought with me a couple of cinnamon raisin bagels, just plain. Nothing, I didn't put anything on them, which I could have done. I could have put some peanut butter on them if I would have been thinking properly, but as usual, I'm not. Anyhow, so I might have a coffee and a cinnamon raisin bagel there before pushing on. Again, pushing on towards Big Head overnight rest area. And when I get to Ambrose, I just checked on the map, I'll be around 13 and a half, 14 kilometers in for the day. The view, again, the farm fields, the rolling hills, the meadows, and the contrasting grey. Okay, whew, it gets dark as we head into the forest again. So just before reaching actually the highway, I'm not sure what highway it is now, but the road at Blantrey that we're just going to cross as we head towards the Ambrose overnight rest area, there is a bridge and there is water. And I am just going to filter out of here enough water to make myself a coffee and so on, rather than waiting till I get to Ambrose. I think this is a nice looking water, And I think I'll just filter right here, and then I know I've got it. Okay, let's get that done. Blantree. We are officially entering the Sydenham section of the Bruce Trail. Still got those ominous looking skies, gray and blue, but a lot of gray up there. What's this say? Bruce Trail parking. The property owners are not responsible for any damage to persons or property while making use of this parking lot. So this is Bruce Trail parking right here now. Okay, okay. Make some fine tent spots in here too. Okay. Okay. Ambrose Camp Side Trail. So we're descending down to the shelter, which I can now see ahead of me. Last time I was here is when I was doing my northbound through hike attempt of the Bruce Trail, which was this year, of course. Finished that 3 or 4 weeks ago now. But there was a lot more water and mud approaching down here when I came down. I have a fire pit here. It's actually a great location. Yeah. And here we are. I'll show you inside. I've shown you before, but I'll show you again. It's dark in there, but the camera may adjust, hopefully. Yeah. So here we are. The Ambrose overnight rest area shelter and fire pit. Water is just down that little path there. There's a sign that says water just down that little path. But as I say, we've already got our water. We're just going to sit right here. We're going to make a coffee, have some lunch, and carry on. Saying goodbye to the Ambrose overnight rest area. We'll make the short climb back up along this Blue Blaze side trail to the main trail, the Bruce Trail proper. Or we'll make a right turn and then push towards Walters Falls. And then from there towards the Big Head overnight rest area. So yeah. So lunch, well, it was quick today. I didn't take a lot of time. Sun's coming out, by the way. But it's been doing that for a while. Comes out, goes back, comes out, goes back. 1 minute it looks like we're going to have monsoon rain. The next minute looks like it's going to be a beautiful summer's day. Anyhow. So for lunch I had my coffee. And I use my Starbucks individual little pouches of coffee, which I like. It's my first choice for trail coffee. And my raisin cinnamon bagel, just the way it came out of the bag. And a Kit Kat. That's it. That's it, that's all. I have my snacks as I go. My bars, granola bars, Lara bars, this kind of thing, cheesy crackers. And tonight we'll have a beautiful gourmet meal, which of course will probably be our ramen bomb. The least expensive meal to have on trail. The ramen bomb. Okay, a little muddy on this climb. So let's just get to it and log some more miles. We're doing just fine, or at least I think we are. I did get passed by 2 gentlemen, mature gentlemen, but they had no packs whatsoever, and They were working on an end-to-end of their Bruce Trail over several years, and today their goal is 18 kilometers, and they're doing just fine. We had a really nice 10-minute chat, and it's always delightful to meet other hikers out here on trail. Okay, let's go. I wonder how long those skates have been hanging on that tree. Wow. I just noticed those from the trail, which is over here, right here, as I was walking up. They just kind of caught my eye. I've been through here before, but I'd never noticed them before. But they've been there a long time. That's for sure. You never know what you're going to find on the Bruce Trail. We're about, give or take, more or less, here or there, about 1.2 kilometers to the Big Head overnight rest area. Oh yeah. A little further along the trail, we'll be filtering our camp water from a nice little forest brook, a forest stream. And that will set us up nicely for the climb to the rest area and our location to set up our tent. The camping emblem, and here we are arriving at the Big Head overnight tenting area. You could get 2 tents in here. That would be the most. But it's mine tonight. A couple of logs. And I'm going to just take a moment. Let me just put my, excuse me for shaking you all around and pointing you into the unknown. But let me take you down this little trail that says Lou. And then you'll know what a mouldering privy is. And there you go. A mouldering privy. You see those pretty much everywhere on the Appalachian. Except Tennessee. I think Tennessee's don't have privies. Tennessee doesn't have privies. But everywhere else does. Okay. So this is where I'm going to make home for tonight. I've got logs to sit on. So you know what? Without any further ado, let's get camp set up. Well, only took a few moments to set up, but there we have the Onetigris 1 hill ridge. Yeah, it is a big tent. There's no doubt about that. This is the company's logo. It says Onetigris. So it's not Tigris 1, it's Onetigris. My bad. Camping. But look at the size of that thing. For the weight, it's perfect. I mean, it's great for 2 3/4 pounds. Lots of space in there. It could be 6 inches, 4 inches shorter. It wouldn't catch the wind quite as bad. I think it could on a windy day, but there's lots of guy outs. I've just got 6 stakes in, 1 on each corner, 1 on each vegetable. However, there's more right here, another 4, and then there's also guy outline points right here. So you could really secure this tent down if you needed to, if you were in really bad weather. I think we're fine tonight with what we're doing. But there we have it, the Onetigris Hill Ridge, $179 plus taxes from Amazon. Single wall tent, 2 vegetables, 2 doors, solid, when I say solid, heavy duty mesh, which I really like, and really good zippers. Huh? Why don't we just go ahead and make dinner now? Oh yeah. A beautiful pre-sunrise morning on a country gravel back road. Farm fields, farms. The big farm to my right, if you can see that, that's Torrey Farms, nestled within the rolling hills. Beautiful, beautiful acreage. Oh yeah. Just down here to the right, they have a wonderful farmhouse. It's a dairy farm. I only know that because of the logo on the entrance to the driveway of the property of the farm. It has one of those, like, you know, Dairy Milk Ontario, whatever signs. But yeah. Hey, good morning everybody. Jasper here. Welcome to day 2 of our 2-day hop. Again, we're out training, exercising, enjoying. Oh look, a couple of horses in the paddock. Hope you can see those in the GoPro. I won't get too close to the fences. I don't want. Yeah, beautiful farm country, farm dogs. But you know what? I'm actually low on electricity. I'm going to end this particular hike now. I'm going to hike back the way I came, back to where I parked yesterday morning on Grey Road 40. And that'll complete around a 58 to 60 kilometer 2-day hop with a camp at the Big Head overnight rest area. And it's been amazing. I've thoroughly enjoyed my hike so far. I'll enjoy the hike going back. No rain this morning. It's going to be a beautiful day. Take my time. Thank you for joining. Please like, share, comment. Do subscribe to my channel. We need all the subscribers we can get if we're going to be able to continue the channel. If it's going to be worthwhile to continue the channel. It has been a concern, the very low rate of growth of my channel since 2019, when I first created the channel. So at this time, I'm kind of looking at, you know, whether the channel continues. And I realize, you know, obviously if I was creating the content people wanted to see, then my channel would grow. And it is growing, but it's growing at such a slow rate that it's just not at all really worthwhile. I don't suppose the amount of time it takes, the money it costs for the equipment, computers, cameras, data chips, editing software, this type of thing, all costs a lot of money. So we'll see. But anyhow, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to have a wonderful day, or at least I hope so. I'm on trail, so it's starting out right. See you all next time, everybody. Jasper is out.